Father and son.
Father and son.
Father and son, oh father and son, review it all. All right.
Hey, we got a good one at the end.
We're gonna do what?
Today we are doing a movie review.
Movie review.
Or should I say movies review?
Yes, we're going to review a few movies, and I've been very excited to do this for a long time. We'll probably go past the 10-minute mark, and I don't care, because this happens to be one of my most favoritist movies of all time. Favoritist, bestest of all time.
Goodstest.
And it is what I'm wearing here, Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Now, for those of you who don't know Kolchak, the Night Stalker, you should get yourself familiarized with it. Because if it wasn't for that show, you wouldn't see something like the X-Files. The guy who created X-Files cited Kolchak, the Night Stalker, as one of his influences for making that show.
Yep.
So, I grew up seeing Kolchak, the Night Stalker in reruns. I do remember seeing one of its episodes. There was two movies, 72 and 73, and then from 74 to 75, they did a TV series.
And only lasted a year?
Yep. We're going to talk about the two movies today. And I'm very excited to be able to do this because I got him to watch Kolchak.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you what big fans we are of Kolchak.
It's been a while since I've seen the show, but we just
rewatched the movies. Okay, and this is what we have here. Now, Darren McGavin plays Carl Kolchak, a reporter, investigative reporter.
Yes. And
all of his stories end up taking a supernatural feel. And he hunts down vampires and zombies and all those sorts of things. Yeah. And it's great. It's fantastic. And for those of you who don't know Darren McGavin, he plays the old man in A Christmas Story. Right?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Most people will know him from that.
Yeah.
So, but a few years ago, Sci-Fi Network was rerunning Kolchak. So, got people more familiarized with the character through that. So, what we have here is the DVD, the double feature. Kolchak, the Night Stalker was the first movie.
Yeah.
And then it did so well, they followed it with
The Night Strangler.
Yes. So both TV movies did so well that they decided to make a series out of it, TV series. So that was the DVD that was released. At one point in time, I had purchased them on VHS cassette tapes. And then they did a re-release last year of the two movies independent of each other, and I grabbed those two on Blu-ray.
Thanks to Kino Lorber.
Kino Lorber put these out, yes. And this is nice. They've got some extras, some interviews, and that sort of thing. But these were really great. So what we're going to talk about is, first was The Night Stalker, where he's in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Which I think is really interesting because a lot of these movies like this are usually in the cities like New York City, Chicago, those types of cities. You don't really see
much in Vegas.
No, and then Vegas, especially that time in the early 70s, you weren't expecting a vampire to be there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, these are total spoiler alerts on all these, but chances are if you're watching this review, you know Kolchak. You just
probably
want to hear somebody else talk about it because not enough people do talk about it. So, go ahead, talk about it.
Well, I thought that the first one was really good. The way he goes through sticking his nose in places it don't belong and getting all the info he needs about these mysterious characters. Mm-hmm. And then at the very end of the movie, he ended up getting kicked out of the state because he had killed the vampire, and that's just when all the special forces had walked in to take care of the problem. So here he was, hammering a stake into someone's heart on the staircase with all these law enforcement officers around him.
Kolchak knows better than all the powers that be, and they don't want to listen to him. They know he's right, but they don't want to listen to him because they don't want to create a big panic. So they frame him, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then his editor, Anthony Vincenzo, played by the great Simon Oakland.
He's a great character.
They do a great job, and with this show especially, right through the series, they did a fantastic job with the characterizations. Everybody was wonderful, even the secondary players. They do such a great job playing off of each other that the monsters are almost inconsequential. It's the banter between everybody. It's Darren McGavin, the way he sticks his nose in. And it was really wonderfully done. It was an amazing show. And I watch it quite often, actually.
I remember the scene from the second one where the lady was taunting him, and he took her paper and tore it out of the typewriter.
Another reporter was taunting him because he's getting in trouble, and in order to get back at her, he rips her paper out of her typewriter and shreds it in her face.
The way he does it,
it's very childish too, and it's funny. It's very funny, and it's all those little things that they pepper through it. These are very realistic.
It's the funniest,
you could see it.
serious movie you'll probably ever see.
It's fantastic. The Kolchak the Night Stalker, and he fights Barry Atwater, who plays the vampire. Janos Skorzeny. Is it Skorzeny or Skorzeny? I think they said it twice during the movie. They said it once. I think somebody says Skorzeny, and the other one says Skorzeny. I don't know. One of you total Kolchak maniacs and probably know for sure, but I say Skorzeny.
Vampire-like.
Janos Skorzeny. That's what I'm calling him for right now. So you can correct us if you want, but whatever. It doesn't matter. The show is great. I loved it. Kolchak the Night Stalker. You want to check this out.
Yeah.
So then the second one.
The Night Strangler.
The Night Strangler.
This one isn't about a vampire. It's about a man who's found out the ability of an infinite life.
Yes, he's figured out. Yes, he has to kill people in order to kind of live forever.
What?
He was a Civil War doctor.
Yeah, he was a Civil War doctor.
And he's living under the tunnels in Seattle?
Yep.
Washington. That's another thing. Cool. That's cool that they went to Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, you don't really see stuff like that either.
No, and the cities that they went to, I thought were really cool that they were able to go to those places
Where did they end up for the show?
For the show, it was in Chicago. They were in Chicago. But even that was cool because it wasn't New York City. So much of this stuff is New York City all the time. So many movies take place there.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see that it wasn't New York. But they wind up in Seattle. And he fights... what was the name? Oh, it was...
What was his name?
It was two names because he reversed it.
Yeah. But, yeah, he was the Civil War doctor, and he found out how to make an infinite life serum, but he had to kill 18... people every how many years? Does it say on the back?
Like 28 years, I think it was.
Every 28 years, he has to kill.
This guy unearths himself and comes out from the tunnels under the city.
Kills them all by strangling them and then extracting their blood through their neck.
For the base of their of the head.
Yeah, base of the skull.
Getting their cerebrospinal fluid type of thing.
Yeah.
Coming out. So it was another solid episode, and he's reunited with his editor, who also gets fired. Yeah. So his editor winds up with him.
Because he knows too much,
up in Seattle. So we just had a little freeze. Did you see that? It might be something supernatural. So anyways, Simon Oakland returns as Anthony Vincenzo. Yep. And it's just, again, the banter is fantastic. It's good. The music is great. Even some of the special effects, considering the time period in which they did, it's pretty good.
The vampire in the first one had freaky eyes.
Oh, Barry Atwater was terrifying. That guy was creepy looking. And he said it was one of the best roles he ever had. He never had to say a word. And he doesn't.
Yeah, he never had to say a word.
He's just got pasty face and he looks creepy. So, as far as a review goes, I can't say enough good stuff about these.
I know, they're great movies.
But just
both the Night Stalker, Night Strangler, and the Night Stalker.
I think later on we will talk about this. We're not going to talk about this now.
We'll probably
this is the TV series. We'll probably go individually and talk about the episodes that we like in it, but we're not going to talk about that now.
Yeah.
What I do want to show you, though, is that we are such big fans of Kolchak the Night Stalker. Yes, I have this shirt. But I have this, too. This is great. You're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of stuff from Kolchak, but I bought this years ago. I have yet to put it together. It's a Kolchak model kit. And these are what the garage kits, they're unofficial, if you will.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought this years ago, and I just never had a chance to put it together. And
that's
I think
great. He's up
now
against
I'm
the
going
wall
to.
And he has his cross.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Also, this is another thing that's great. When they were showing the show in reruns for Sci-Fi Network, he was just a littlein at the time.
Yeah.
So for Halloween, I don't remember what year that was, but he was little. So for Halloween, I put this together for him, and he was
Carl
Lil Kolchak. Just like Indiana Jones had his costume, so did Carl Kolchak.
Yeah.
And everybody always made fun of him for wearing his seersucker suit.
Yeah.
Which it was. And he had his hat, which somebody called a bird feeder at one point in time.
Oh, really?
It was a straw hat. But there's his little Kolchak outfit right there.
That's great.
He's got that, and his press pass. He's got his tie. He's got the cross.
That's great.
Just like I've got on my shirt. He's holding up the cross, going after the vampire.
Oh, that's great.
He had a hat, too, but I don't know what happened to the hat.
The hat went missing. We don't.
And I was able to make the hat. I even put the exact stripe on the hat, the blue and red stripe that Kolchak has.
You can kind of see it a bit in this one.
Plus,
wait. Yeah, I can't see
Kolchak wouldn't go anywhere without his tape recorder and his camera. Now, these aren't exactly like the ones Kolchak had, but it gives you the idea. Plus, the thing that was really cool was we did this, and we actually had the theme song.
Plays the theme from the show.
We won't play too much of it.
We're going to keep talking to keep from copyright infringement.
Yeah, so we don't have any copyright.
Okay, long enough.
There we go.
Stop it.
So we don't get in trouble, but we're promoting their stuff, so they should be giving us.
And it is a really good theme song too.
It is very catchy, very catchy. So, what else would you like to talk about in regards to Kolchak the Night Stalker?
I mean, go watch it. Go watch it yourself.
How many times have you seen this movie?
I've probably seen them twice each.
Okay, I've probably seen them about 50 times.
Because I saw them when I was a litlin around then, the time of the costume, and then I just saw them again recently, so...
So, there you go. We love it, and we're going to come back later on and talk about the TV series.
Yeah.
And maybe pull out some more Kolchak artifacts that I might have lying about.
Or might get.
Or might get, who knows? Who knows? I love Kolchak. The guy was great. Darren McGavin, check it out, Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Yeah, it's a great movie it's two great movies from what I remember. It's a great show. Go check it out. It's a great time.
There you go. For father and son, review it all.
Here's Big Kolchak.
And there's Little Kolchak.
And remember, have good YouTube.